Hello everybody, welcome to another one of my videos. Today I'm playing Heroes Hour, which is a great game to have some fun with. And this is just going to be an incoherent ramble. And as the title of the, by the way, this is a demo version, but I do recommend you guys going out and getting it. I will buy it myself. It's a very interesting and fun little game which resembles the turn-based strategy games of the past, like Heroes of Might and Magic and Disciples and stuff like that. Anyway, getting back to the subject, as the title says, I do believe that our current crisis in the world, there are many factors in it. Like there's the social disparities and the economical disparities. There's the environmental concerns. There's the apparently ever-growing population, even though there are many statisticians out there which have said that the likelihood of what should I be getting? I think I'll get the zombies, right? Yeah, the likelihood of the population to keep growing out of incredible or rather to incredibly large proportions which are unsustainable is very small, right? The current world population keeps going down and down, so we shouldn't be worrying about that, at least not right now, right? Anyway, so there's lots of problems in the world, and I would in my opinion, the most common occurrence, or rather all of these occurrences, stem from the fact that most people have a deeply flawed cultural, philosophical, spiritual background nowadays, right? My generation, and actually it's like the generation before me, my generation, and I would assume the generation after me, right? So I'm 35, which means, in the range of, I would say, 55 to 18. So all of these three generations, for the most part, our values just revolve around materialism and rejecting tradition, rejecting local culture, and other passed down from generation to generation ideas. So it's quite hard. I would imagine, at least, that it's quite hard for humanity in itself going further to actually whatever. I'll just place them like this. I guess that would work. It's quite hard for humanity to actually find its north, right? Find its bearing, and not continue down a path of mindless and worthless materialism. Because if you consider it, you don't need to be a philosopher, you don't need to have studied lots of philosophy, and you just feel it yourself. You feel the fact that buying crap alone is not going to solve your problems in life, right? It's not that simple. It's not just, I mean, you feel good. You get a coffee, or you get, I don't know, you get a donut, you get some sugary drink, some sugary food, or I don't know, you buy, or you play a game, you buy some new clothes, some new sneakers, whatever it is, it's a very yes, a very short-lived band-aid. Everything that we do in our normal day-to-day culture, it's just a band-aid. It doesn't actually help you in the long term to cope with the harshness and the toughness of life, because life is harsh, life is hard. It's a lot of people would have you believe that it's not that bad. You don't have to be you don't have to think like it's the end of the world if Yeah, those guys work like that. You don't have to believe that it's the end of the world if you go through problems, which they have guards themselves, which I guess is correct, right? But these short-lived band-aids that we put on our daily problems, and our not just daily problems, but lifelong problems. Lots of us deal with dependency and addiction on substances, for example. That's a huge problem that I would consider it to be huge. But this is a problem that a lot of Westerners have, right? And this leads to suicides. This leads to just sometimes these problems spiral out of control, and you just simply lose control of your life and whatever it is that you wanted to do with your life, right? And this is obviously not easy. It's not an easy issue to solve, because if you think about it, I mean, I should probably be doing a talk just on, or rather be, discussing the subject of addiction itself in a separate video, because that's a huge one. But you have to imagine that we are basically beings of addiction. We are addicted to food, we're addicted to water, we're addicted to the sun, even though some people still don't understand how that works. And we are addicted to the air that we breathe. So it's very easy for a person to fall into addiction and to keep being addicted, because a lot of our lives revolves around being addicted. Otherwise, we wouldn't survive, right? At least that's how I view it. So yes, it's by no means an easy way to navigate. Not way. It's by no means. Oh, that's nice. I guess we don't have morale, right? Let's get better market rates, sure. It's very easy for a person to fall into addiction and to not know the way out. Another easy, or rather not easy. It's an easy trap. It's a big issue. Is depression and anxiety, which is just rampant nowadays. So that goes again to say a whole lot about our values and our culture and the direction that we are heading in, right? If you look at people from the Middle Ages or the Renaissance periods, those periods in history were really harsh. You could really get, I mean, the amount of children dying while they were very young, and the amount of people losing loved ones to illnesses and all sorts of issues. I mean, death and misery and poor hygiene and poorly living conditions and working for 12 hours a day. That was the norm, by the way. You would work for 12 hours a day. There wasn't, as a normal human being, you didn't have any hobbies. There were no hobbies there. And still, I would assure you that if you were to take a time machine and go back in time to one of the maybe even the work periods, like go to a field at noon and in somewhere in the middle of Germany or in the middle of the US plains, people would still be warmer and easier to get in touch with, and they would still be more more open and probably maybe not helpful, but they'd still be more human, so to say. But nowadays, we just seclude ourselves because it is the truth that is what's happening. We seclude ourselves, and we only stand to lose from living in this secluded manner and not trusting our fellow humans and constantly feeling like we're in competition with them, because this is the truth. A lot of people, and by the way, this is by design, especially from the schooling system. That's why I personally hated school, not because I wanted to be edgy, or because I don't know, or that I couldn't um, that I couldn't face the stress of learning and of going to school. No, that's not why I hated school. I hated school because as children, as we're growing up and we are being, we go through childhood, most of us have an enormous amount of natural curiosity, which the schooling system just takes a big shit on. And I cannot really express myself differently than this. This is the truth. The schooling system, I don't know if they enjoy it. Probably not. They probably do it because it's by design and they don't know better. But the schooling system and a lot of these teachers that we have, they just yes they just wait, what was this? I guess I should have taken that anyway. The system itself absolutely loves to just break you down and destroy your natural curiosity and not let you um, explore the universe at your own pace. And well, not just at your own pace, but it doesn't even encourage you to explore the universe as you wish and as you're interested in. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. uh, yes, probably that's the best way to say it. um, what is this? Is a new okay, that's nice. It's a nice building. I didn't know that one. Yeah, let's get these guys and guess the ghosts. There we go. That's an easy fight. So all of these fights are now easy, which is great. I guess I can take the gold first and then get some more population. Okay. Yeah, and this is also a philosophical problem because we have built this schooling system. Well, we humans. It's not like I built it, like right. But we've been working at this schooling system for centuries. This schooling system that we currently have, this has been used for centuries, literally, since the beginning of the Industrial Revolution. Maybe even sooner than that. Right? Sit in your desk and do as we tell you. Do not think outside of the lines. Do not ask questions unless we allow you to ask questions, which is that is such a horrible way of thinking about this. Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. This is good as well. And I don't want to make this about the educational system. Can I actually beat those guys? I don't think that I can. Anyway, let's get some more. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, do as you are told. Don't ask questions unless we tell you to ask questions, which I find to be incredibly stupid. Yeah. Anyway, so I don't know. This has been already 14 minutes long. It's probably going to. I'll probably try to finish it off because I'm not very coherent. But like the title says, incoherent ramblings. So yeah, I hope that I don't want to. I hope you didn't have huge expectations going into this. I'm not a philosopher. I didn't study philosophy, but I did. I did read about philosophy, and I was interested in philosophy as a child. Right? It's not like um, I don't care about philosophy. Anyway, I think we have sulfur there. Let's get the gold. Okay, this is an easy fight as well. I'll just sit here because I want that gold. Oh, and I can even build stuff. Well, not much. I guess I can upgrade the graveyard. Sure. Yeah. And also philosophy, philosophical, the issue is philosophical is a very broad stroke, right? You can go into separate sectors of that and analyze it, right? At an individual level, at a community level, at a spiritual level. And then there's, mix and matches between these, like individual spirituality, group spirituality, traditions, values of individual values and community values. These are all important and worth going into detail. At least I believe so. Okay, let's get those guys. And there we go, and there we go. Nice. Let's control the battle. Yeah, so there we go. 16 minutes already, man. And I do believe that a lot of people could be living. I don't know why. It's hard for me to go on about the subject. I guess it's easier probably if I were to have a conversation partner and not have to think about playing the game as well. I'm not particularly good with multitasking, by the way, myself. So, there's that. But anyway, getting back to it, I do believe that a lot of people just need to go inside themselves more, so to say. Does that make sense? Go inside yourself? Like, think about and discuss issues. I guess we can get this as well. Think about and discuss these issues with your friends. And if you cannot do it with your friends, because, a lot of people are, especially Westerners, they love small talk. And they love to trivialize discussions and to trivialize human interaction. But it's anything but trivial, from my experience at least. And I'm not an introvert. I'm probably at the borderline between introvert, extrovert, because there is such a thing as being on the borderline of something, right? You don't necessarily have to be exactly one way or the other. Nothing to gain from there. I guess I can get the marketplace as well. Yeah, but people being extroverted, they just believe that you can substitute having meaningful and important conversations with just chit chatter about the weather or about, I don't know, just chit chatter. Oh, I've got too big of an army. Interesting. That's cool. Yeah. Anyway, so you don't. The conclusion is, because I'm nearing 20 minutes and it's probably starting to get annoying for you guys. But the conclusion is, you don't need to read about Stoicism or Aristotle, because Aristotle Stoicism is basically based on Plato and his forefathers, and then Aristotle is basically a bit more here and now person, which goes into I don't know what his school of thought is called, because like I said, I didn't study it, but I do know that it's important to learn about it. And anyway, you don't need to necessarily read a lot or ask people specifically about this. You can very easily just start by being mindful with yourself, like thinking about, whenever you go to sleep, for example, don't think about what problem you have to solve tomorrow or the day after tomorrow, or don't try and actually try to not think about what problems you had today. Just relax, think about all of good things that you have in life, and you can find good things in life even if you are broke, or I don't know, maybe if you are sick. There still are good things in life that you can rediscover and just enjoy. And think to yourself, things could always be worse, because this is a reality of the universe that we live in. things can always get worse, believe me. So yeah, try to think about these things, relax, get a good night's sleep, right? Yeah, let's upgrade these guys. And I guess I can't actually build anything, so it doesn't really matter. So think about all the good things that you have going for you in your life. And also be mindful of others and try to be empathic with their needs as well and their desires. And yeah, whenever you think that you're stuck and the only solution is a substance, a cigarette, alcohol, sugar, or the only solution is buying something like clothes or whatever, just just try to really imagine yourself after that, because most of the time our dopamine system just works and rewards us a whole lot just for the idea or the thought of getting something. You are being rewarded just for anticipating something good happening, right? That's actually how our brains work a lot of the time. So you don't want to be in constant anticipation, constantly want and desire new things. What you want is to at least once per day be grateful for what you already have. And yeah, maybe that's a good point to start. If more people would be able to do it. And I guess this is a good point for me to end. Anyway, thanks for bearing with me. The game in the background has been Heroes Hour. It's a great game. I actually recommend people try it out. Be advised though, it can make you a bit, it can, the hours can run by you very fast while playing this. But like I said, it's a great game, and I really do appreciate the makers of this game because I think it's just a couple of guys. Anyway, thank you again for watching and listening, and hopefully I will see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.